Hi everyone, let's check in with Cardano, let's check in with ADA and how it's progressing in this descending channel, this falling wedge of sorts. Now this is the daily chart for ADA, and we have obviously this 21 moving average coming in with lovely confluence at the upper trend line of this falling wedge, and the 50 is coming in quite fast. So this is quite advantageous, at least the 21 is. So if we do get a breakout, we also get to not just break above this diagonal resistance, but we also get to break out above the 21 moving average, which means we can take out two sets of sellers all in one go, and that's the ideal scenario. But we haven't broken out yet. It doesn't look like we are breaking out yet, as the price action is constantly getting rejected. It didn't even manage to make it up to this upper channel trend line at all. So quite a bearish scenario at the moment for ADA, but we are fast approaching support. You'll see this is the October crash, and which essentially stopped just below this local support. And just to show you what local support looks like, it's this. So it is pretty serious support at the moment for the price action, and we have now entered over the weekend this lower trading range. So this is an ideal place for a breakout for ADA. So what you want to be looking for essentially is you want to see a move down from here, maybe to hit support. And if you do see some divergence here, you could potentially front run a play here if the market is looking a bit more bullish. But for me at the moment, with the way Bitcoin is, with Bitcoin in a downtrend, and so far we have no confirmation of further upside for the crypto king, essentially for ADA, then we have to be very cautious and mindful of that. So whatever happens, you want to be waiting for a breakout, and ideally we want the price action to stop at support and then see a breakout like this, ideally maybe quite a strong one, moving into the upper range and then come back down, and then that would be an ideal entrance point for ADA here. Now this is the daily chart, so all of this is happening in slow motion, and there is a short setup as well which you can trade. So if we just zoom into the 4 hour, because we're still in this pattern, we do have confirmation that we are in a strong downtrend, and of course there's a lot of resistance overhead. So if you're looking to make a short play here, you could be looking for the price action to come back up to around here, which is essentially at around 0.4144, and then that would be your short opportunity ultimately. And I mean this pocket here in a couple of days time would be ideal to see something like this, because then you've got some selling confluence here as well, and the 21 on the higher time frame of course is still there. So that would be the ideal place to enter in a few days, maybe the back end of the week. But anytime the price action revisits this level 4132, and that is a shorting opportunity. You can see these moving averages are also here. But again, if you're a little bit cautious, you could just wait for a tap of this trend line, because at least then if you do get a breakout, once you've entered a short position, you're going to have an opportunity to exit at no loss. So there's a potential short opportunity, and there'll be something like that potentially for ADA, and then you want to of course be taking profits in this zone, and that sort of move is just a humble 20% potentially if that happens. And also going back to the long play for ADA as well at the moment, we also need to bear in mind that these falling wedges, of course, they do have a point where there will be a breakout, and ideally that's going to happen at support. So these are very good patterns to trade long setups with, because of course you've got some nice confluence which you can then confirm a breakout of the trend through the trend line, and then you're also going to get to enter at low price points on the flip side once you've had bullish confirmation and you're still entering with other buyers at support. So a few options with ADA, a little short play on a more intraday basis, but also on a long term you have a good opportunity to come in at ADA at support, which is around 0.31 if we do reach that level. And then once we get a breakout, you can look to enter your positions, and then we might be playing in this range here for maybe and you can see this range is about 110%, so it's not an insignificant range. So maybe if we do get a market reversal from Bitcoin, this is the sort of thing we want to be capitalizing on. But of course that is very Bitcoin dependent. But that's ADA.